my name is Sebola Mosafu, and I am the software manager at Enterprise Computing Limited, ECL. I'll briefly talk about ECL and a few things that we do, and I'll go straight to talk about one of our clients and how we use Dynatrace to monitor and optimize their T24 core application. Okay, so we are an ISO 27001 IFMS and 9001 QMS certified IT firm with expertise in systems integration, application development, and IT consultancy, among others. So we pride ourselves in cybersecurity solutions, application development, archival and backup and recovery, cloud infrastructure services, and robotic process automation. So our business solutions have helped industry leaders in the banking and finance, the mining, and some government institutions to achieve transformative successes. Our core value centers on ensuring that our clients have maximum uptime. And also we do this by ensuring seamless deployment approach for our clients. Once we complete all our deployments, what we do is to ensure that our clients are well trained so that they'll be able to manage their infrastructure. And we believe in what you see is what you get. So for instance, our customers won't have to suddenly find out that there are components in a particular solution that we propose that weren't initially priced. And ultimately, we provide 24/7 fanatical support for our clients. We do this in devotion by delivering high integrity business solutions to our clients by partnering with these best industry leaders, and some of which are Dynatrace, NetApp, Oracle, Lenovo, IBM, just to mention a few. These are a few of our clients that we have deployed robust and seamless solutions for. A few of them we have listed here: Cal Bank, the likes of Cal Bank, Republic Bank, Stanbic Bank, GT Bank here in Africa. I'll quickly just move on to talk about what we have done. I'll use Cal Bank as a case study, and I'll talk about what we have done with respect to application monitoring and optimizing of their T24 application. So Cal Bank is one of the top banks in Ghana who is keen on improving customer satisfaction, looking at how competitive and aggressive the banking industry has become nowadays. So they had to do a migration from their old infrastructure onto a new server. And right after the migration, what we noticed was there was a bit of slowness in the response time when it comes to their T24 core banking application. So what happened was sometimes the application could drag to the extent of even entirely stopping. So you would realize that customers will be waiting for a transaction to complete, but then because the core banking application was dragging so much, they weren't able to, serve their customers on time. So this meant that we had to look for the root cause analysis of why this was actually occurring or happening, normally during peak hours. We had to do this also because we were their main infrastructure support partners. So what we did was set up Dynatrace together with the Performetrics team, and we analyzed their entire infrastructure. So that is from the core application, T24, and Cal Bank is currently using DB2, so their DB2, their network, and in fact, their entire hardware stack. So initially, what was done was understand their current setup, the customizations that they had done within, between the application. They are currently using TabJ, so between the TabJ connectivity, between TabJ and DB2, and the network aspect of it, and the infrastructure in which the application and the database were running. So after this was done, we could see their entire infrastructure from dashboards that were created from Dynatrace. From there, we could drill down and trace long-running DB queries on the DB level. Also, to see even the users that were executing these queries. Based on the analysis that we did, we're able to optimize the queries. Dynatrace is able to give you an in-depth drill down of these queries, and some optimization techniques that needed to be run on these queries. So that was what we did. And also we were able to see the TabJ performance itself and also how it interacted with the DB2 database. And based on the analysis that we got from the dashboards, we're able to, optimize the TabJ to also perform optimally. Whenever there was communication error, so these are some of the challenges that CalBank had. Those are the things I'm listening right now. So they had communication errors between application and the database. And whenever this happened, it was very visible on the dashboard and we were able to remediate immediately. It didn't have to take so long for us to, do some firefighting and, find out where exactly the issues were coming from. But then because it was very visible and we could get in-depth drill down on where the solution was coming from, we could, take action or take immediate steps to ensure that it was resolved immediately, and also ensure that it does set automated alert, which would also help the monitoring unit to be able to know whenever there's an issue and also get to the respective users to be able to do the respective or the immediate to be done. So some of the benefits that CalBank enjoyed, aside the root cause analysis, the improved performance, the alerting and problem detection, was continuous optimization from the dashboard. They were able to see whenever a particular aspect, which is the TabJ, or particular aspect of their database needed further optimization. So meaning that there was continuous optimization as and when needed. And then we're able to see whenever either environment needed resources to be increased. So the capacity management was one thing that they were able to enjoy as well, because there was insight into the various environments. And if either environment was resource hungry, we could allocate the resources as and when. So the application monitoring tool not only improved the reliability of their core application, but also reduce the firefighting. You'd realize that whenever there's an issue, the DB team will come and say, maybe it's not from the DB, it's not from the DB. Maybe the application team will say that it's not from the application, or maybe it could be a network issue. And maybe because there wasn't proper insight into their environment, you wouldn't be able to tell where exactly the issue was coming from. So there was always firefighting. But because Dynatrace was introduced, they were able to tell whenever there was an issue and where exactly these issues were coming from. And it also freed up hardware resources, because initially, worst thing you would want to think of is starting the server to ensure that maybe resources are freed and allow the server to work optimally. Or maybe the next thing that will come to your mind will be, let's increase the resources to see if performance would increase. But then once we were able to get Dynatrace in place and get the root cause analysis of some of these issues and have them resolved, we were able to free up all the hardware resources and allocate to parents. Just to highlight our certifications here at East. So we have certifications in IBM, in robotics process automation, in NetApp. We have certifications, Oracle, and others. Thank you so much. That's the end of my presentation. I'm sure we all enjoyed, or we have learned a thing or two from our case study here.